The 5th set of the day will be played on Akilon Wastes. Spawning in the top left-hand position, currently with 1 kill as the red Protoss. His name is Rain, the ace player from SK Telecom T1.
His opponent from CJ Entus, the best ZBP player in Pro League so far when it comes to the record. His name is Hydra, spawning as Blue Zerg on the right bottom position, playing for CJ Entus.
So the hatchery, I'm reading that in Korean, Bu Hua Jang. Chang.
Yeah.
Yeah, the J and the Ch sound very similar to me.
The thing is that when they read the last letter, especially for the name like Jangbi, they go like Jangbi, but the pronunciation in Korean is Changbi.
I'm still trying to figure out when they use the Ch or J sound.
Well, the thing is that that's a little bit more of a J sound, but it's like a little mixture.
It's kind of a mixture, like the R and the L.
Yeah,
as well.
It's not a strong C.
Yeah.
Because if you add in a line to that J sound over there,
then it's the Ch sound.
That's a strong C sound.
So, a little bit of Korean there for you guys. Filling in the time early on before anything interesting truly happens here.
Well, it seems so far.
No, this is not interesting right now. He's just trying to do a little bit of mineral harassment with that probe, man.
Fine.
So, you know what, Hydra, he's got a great record, but Rain he's an S-class level player. So even though Hydra has an excellent record in this matchup, I don't feel like he's necessarily the favorite here.
No, definitely not. I mean, he has an amazing record. And yes, he did take some wins, but when it comes to Heart of the Swarm, I don't think he did it well when it comes to PvZ. In fact, he's been having less success in this matchup in Heart of the Swarm. He did so well back in Wings. In Heart of the Swarm, we've seen some greatness from Hydra, but we've seen some weakness from him.
Yeah, I think, are you referring to the game against Hero on Whirlwind?
A few games here and there.
A few games here and there. He was just, well, that was just like
he was doing so well,
he got
and
mind gamed so hard.
Yeah,
so hard. Like there are some points in that game where Hydra simply had to attack move to defeat Team Liquid's Hero, but it didn't happen.
And the unit composition wasn't perfect at the end game either.
Also, great harassment by Rain here, really delaying that natural because he built a pylon at the normal natural for Hydra, so Hydra's forced to take his 3rd base. Cannon going up here. This does slightly delay the gateway tech from Rain, but I would say completely worth it if you can delay your opponent's economy, especially a Zerg's economy, since it can exponentially increase. Right, so Zerglings take out the pylon, now moving across the map to Rain's natural here. Rain, everything looking pretty standard on his side. You know, he's getting his gas, his Nexus is on its way. The cannon's already done at this point. The gateway will complete soon as well here. And actually, Rain has to make sure he micros this properly because this cannon, if it's not attacking the Zerglings, they're going to get through here. Rain not paying attention, and he's going to let 4 links into his main base. A humongous blunder from Rain here, and this could end up costing him the game.
I mean, it's only 4 Zerglings, so it's not going to end the game, but it's going to put Rain so far behind at this point. 1 Zergling gets taken out, 2nd one also under fire, but look at this. Now Rain is not mining from the 2 gas that he wants to, only 1 probe in the other geyser.
And taking out another probe, the 3rd is
3, and does not lose a single Zergling, does not even get surrounded.
We have a Zealot that just finished up here for Rain, but the problem is...
That's 4 Zerglings.
Yeah, that's 4 Zerglings. He's finished. He's already killed off a good amount of workers as well. Ahead in supply, this is just the worst case scenario for Rain right now. Well, not the worst, but a bad case scenario for him.
This is the worst case scenario with the cannon already finished.
I'd say like a 6 will be worst case scenario for him, and like he didn't know it was coming kind of thing.
I mean, given how he opened up, given how he delayed the expansion for a long time and losing 4 probes to only 4 Zerglings inside the main base, the Zealot is forcing the Zerglings to go outside of the main base, but Hydra doing a very nice job so far.
Yeah, he got 4 kills for 4 Zerglings. That's incredibly cost efficient there. And already even in the worker count pretty much here.
Yeah, actually the intention of going for a pylon over there is still trying to delay Hydra's economy as much as possible, and Rain just allowed the 4 Zerglings to get in, and the economic advantage that he had early in the game, poof, there it goes.
Yeah, it's gone, man. It's actually like completely gone, and more into Hydra's favor. And the thing is, if you think about it, killing those rocks early on doesn't actually make like any difference at all. Like there's never been a game that's been decided by those rocks being destroyed like a minute earlier on in the game.
I mean, yes, they want to eventually destroy so that they get a little more surface area to build some buildings inside the main base. But at that point, if you see the zerglings coming in, all you do is press S to stop attacking on the rocks, and it's just going to target fire the zerglings that's trying to get inside the main base.
Alright, well, Rain, he's got a good amount of units here.
But that's also a good amount of zerglings.
Yeah, the zergling count is good for Hydra at this point. He doesn't have zergling speed yet, and he's forced to make more zerglings right now. Mothership Core joining these units over here, and with proper micro, Rain can actually take out a lot of units, but he is getting surrounded while using those zerglings and the Queen. The Zealot will go down here. That Queen needs to back up, though. Actually, it looks like it may be okay here. More zerglings joining the fight, and it looks like Rain is forced back for now. He does not want to lose those Stalkers.
Yeah, nice micro by Rain at the last second. Actually, as he could have lost a lot more right there. He could have lost the 2 Stalkers even before the Mothership went for the recall, but now there's a lot of zerglings and Rain has to run away.
He's going to go ahead and make his way back home. Rain looks like he wants to take a fast third behind this. That's a great way to get back in the game economically. Killing off that Overlord before it scouts that third base is also very smart. Now we have like just 30 zerglings across the map here. It looks like Hydra, he wants to try to do some damage here. I think he realizes what's going on, but will he be able to get his units over there in time to deal economic damage to Rain and force a cancel on that third?
Well, there's 2 sentries at the natural, which means that the zerglings cannot get through at all, but he should send some zerglings to the third base right now and at least confirm that there's a base out on the way. But right now we have roaches coming out. He's sitting on 53 drones, but he's getting a 4th base behind us. So Hydra trying to do some pressure, but he knows he's not going to work out. So behind us, he's just droning up completely. Lair finished right now with the 4th base going up.
So kind of weird to see so many units out from the Zerg at this point, but he's still going for that fast 4th base, and his economy is still pretty decent. We have the +1 ranged attack on the way now for Hydra. He's also getting the Hydra Den.
Roaches needs to be careful because those can get force fielded so easily.
Yeah, he needs to just he just wants to kind of poke and prod and try to put some pressure on his opponent here, but it's not gonna really work too well.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, pressure is good, but losing all your roaches for the pressure, not so good.
All right, so we have Blink on the way for our Protoss player. His +1 attack on the way as well here. And our Zerg side, we are seeing Hydra range, Roach speed on the way, Aspire behind this as well.
Actually, is that a +1 or +2?
I think it's +1. So it's actually kind of hard to tell. Sorry, guys.
Well, when it comes to Protoss upgrades, it's kind of hard to tell if you only look at the icon. It's not like
it's
green,
impossible.
blue, red. So
that's why some of the other observer interfaces, they actually have like the little icons, like if it's like 1, 2, or 3 for the upgrade.
Well, Rain is getting a Robo behind this, and the Blink Stalker Colossus is going to be strong against the Corruptor Hydra Roach composition from Hydra. But it also depends on can Hydra scout this in time or not.
Yeah, I don't think Rain's going to necessarily go for an attack yet. He is getting that Robo Bay up, just trying to be a bit aggressive on the map right now and forcing his opponent back. The rocks at Hydra's natural are destroyed there. It's going to open up the path between the natural and 4th base.
Now, since the Mothership Core has enough energy, he's just going to try to pressure his opponent, and worst comes to worst, he's just going to recall out from this situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he just wanted to try to force out more units than his opponent wanted to at a certain point. Hydra actually is supply blocked right now as well.
Yeah, well, some overlords are out of position, and Hydra is sacrificing overlords, trying to see what his opponent is actually going for.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what he's doing at this point, and Hydra needs to be able to react properly to what his opponent's up to here. Zergling's running through, and they're going to try to get us around on the sentries there. Looks like one of them is going to be destroyed off. The second one killed off, third going down as well. Nice maneuvering from Hydra in this situation, getting a very cost-efficient trade here. Now moving across the map with more units, and you know, I think he wants to make something happen, but he can't necessarily attack into that main base. 7 swarm hosts on the way behind this, as well as the +1 air attack, +2 ranged attack for those ground units. Hydra's looking like he's in a pretty solid position, except for the fact that he keeps getting supply blocked.
Yeah, well, the Overseers are constantly sacrificing, just trying to double-check what his opponent is going for. I don't know if he actually knows that the Colossus are out in the way, but he's getting 7 swarm hosts, trying to fortify his position on 4 bases at this point.
Indeed, yeah. I think that Hydra's plan right now, he wants to kind of keep his opponent like on edge, and that will give him enough time to get enough swarm houses that he needs. Look at this, Hydra grabbing a 5th base already in this game. I love the way he plays, man.
He's just playing really defensive against his opponent's Protoss, and you see a lot of PvZ on Akilon Waste, where the Zerg player also tries to play a lot more defensively, tries to drone up as much as possible, throws down a lot of spore crawlers and spine crawlers, and you get to the situation where the Protoss player has a nice 200 army, but they actually cannot engage into Zerg's main base.
All right, we have the Swarm Host upgrade on the way here. That's going to increase the timed life of the Locusts there. Hydra also finishing up his second evolution chamber, getting that +1 armor for his ground units. More Corruptors are now being produced from Hydra's side of the map. His Hydra speed just about to finish up here. Those things will be able to scurry away a lot faster than normal. And we also have Rain securing his 4th base at this time, going for, it looks like, the +3 attack, getting a Dark Shrine behind this, and Warp Prism speed. What do you think about that?
He's definitely going to pretty much going to utilize the Warp Prism to the fullest potential, try to put Hydra out of position, especially after seeing the Locust. He knows that the mobility for Hydra is really low at this point.
All right, we have some Zealots moving over here to that 5th base, and it's not saturated, it's not defended yet. Hydra, I don't know if he even really cares about that expansion, though. He's moving forward. He wants to go for an attack here. He is maxed out.
He is maxed out, and he needs to start throwing away some units while having a cost-efficient trade. But is this going to be the answer? He does lose the 5th base, and there's a lot of Zealots warping in at the main base.
They also have charge. The Dark Shrine just finishing up as well, so we have some DTs warping in the main base. This could be the turning point that Rain is looking for in this game, sending the DTs to multiple locations. And do we have an Overseer added into this army mix here?
Well, since Rain did not open up with a Stargate, there was no reason for Hydra to get the Spore Crawlers. And there you go, the DT's eating away at the drones in the main base, even at the 3rd base right now.
Oh no, this is terrible for Hydra. He's going to lose so much economy in this position. He's probably figured out by now what's going on, but he's forced now to just make a lot of drones instead of units at this point, losing the Queen at the 3rd base. The DT here, it's still doing damage, and now Rain's moving across the map.
The Swarm Host!
The Swarm Host out of position here. They're going to get killed off almost instantly. There's nothing that can be done here. The Swarm Host will all fall.
Yeah, and also a Warping at the 4th base. This is actually crippling the Zerg player Hydra right now. This shouldn't have happened at all. 41 drones have been killed so far. +1 upgrade on the armor for Rain, but it doesn't even matter at this point if Hydra lost a lot of drones to one single Warp Prism.
Looks like Hydra's going to barely save this expansion over here. Dude, Rain is just completely dismantling Hydra at this point. He killed off so much with that drop, and then he pushed forward. Hydra's attention was elsewhere. This game was looking solid for Hydra. He's still maxed out, but it's a much different story at this point. Now the composition for Rain is very solid. The economy for Hydra is not in a great spot right now.
We do have tons of Corruptors out on the way. We have a greater spot going down, but Rain is going to force the fight before those units even come out.
The Storm's hitting those Corruptors, doing a lot of damage to them at this point. They're getting very low and helpless. Looks like the Stalkers can just focus fire them down. The Colossus count still very high for Rain in this position, and the ground army simply melts for Hydra. It looks like Rain has done it, and he's going to secure his 2nd kill against CJ Entis. Those Colossi, they have +3 attack, +1 armor, completely cost efficient in that fight, and now Rain barreling towards the natural. The only reinforcements, Roaches and Lings, a few Corruptors, they cannot deal the army composition right now from Rain.
If it wasn't for the Warp Prism, he would have had a lot of economy. He would have re-maxed out at this point.
GG. That is how you abuse Warp Prisms and DTs against Zerg players, man. Rain just completely dismantling Hydra there.
And it also worked out perfect because the timing was so perfect by Rain. Rain did not open up Stargate, did not show any Phoenix against his opponent, maybe 1 or 2 hallucinated Phoenix, and that was enough for Hydra to cut the Spore Crawler production at the main base, at the natural, at the 3rd base, and 41 drones killed. And that's only when we check the tab. He killed even more after.
Indeed, so the score currently 2-3. CJ Entis still in the lead, but SK Telecom, they are climbing back here. Can Rain go for the all kill and get the first reverse all kill and Pro League?